طلعت رفاعي هون، طلعت رفاعي بربور.
هو في حدا؟ تبي ما يطلع شيء فوقها.
طلعت رفاعي هون، طلعت رفاعي بربور.
هون على دوار الزيتونة، على دوار الزيتونة العالم بالأراضي. بعيد عني يا زلمة، بعيد عني، ما في 100 متر.
هيدا هلا حزام ناري عجباه.
ضربوا الهانس فوق الهانس. ضربوا الهانس يا شباب. ضربة.
Consequently, the Islamic Republic of Iran insisted, or rather made a newest declaration, that if Israel continues to strike Hezbollah on Lebanon, whom many of you can tell that Hezbollah is one of the proxy, sponsored terrorist organization by the Islamic Republic of Iran. So they declared in a very strong term that if Israel continues to fire missiles down to Lebanon, that they will go immediately and stop oil tankers and oil ships from crossing the Strait of Hormuz. Another catastrophe.
Good morning. We start with breaking news. State media reports that Iran has halted the passage of oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz after Israeli attacks on Hezbollah in Lebanon. Earlier today, we know 2 vessels were able to go through this passageway. But again, state media is reporting that the Iranians are choking off the strait. I just got off the phone with a senior Israeli official who was sounding the alarm about this action by the Iranians, saying only just a few hours into this ceasefire, the Iranians are already showing that they are trying to leverage their control over the strait and put pressure on global energy trade. And it also comes after reports overnight indicate that an Iranian attack hit Saudi Arabia's east-to-west oil pipeline, and there was significant damage that was currently being assessed. This is important because this pipeline is the only outlet for Saudi crude exports. And as the Iranians are putting pressure on the strait, they once again are trying to leverage this ability to put pressure on global energy exports. It comes after we got a new statement from President Trump this morning about Iran's nuclear program. The president on Truth Social said the United States will work closely with Iran, which we have determined has gone through what they will be a very productive regime change. There will be no enrichment of uranium, and the United States will, working with Iran, dig up and remove all of the deeply buried nuclear dust. The president referring to Iran's enriched uranium there. And again, a lot of moving parts with this agreement that is very new. We saw overnight new strikes against Iranian oil infrastructure on Lavan Island. This is just off the coast of Iran. A refinery there was...
But before we dive into a bigger details and correspondence from the White House, Russia has just erased a 19th century history away down in Ukraine. Russian forces has launched an unprecedented massive airstrike down to Kharkiv in Ukraine, destroying one of the historic estate, or what you can call the pre-20th century historic landmark of the Ukrainians, of which, according to record, one of the Ukrainian philosophers, Skorovoda, over the years stayed in this very building. But massive airstrikes from the Russian forces has left the entire building engulfed in fire. It was a very painful incident as we speak for many Ukrainians. Take a look on that very video clip. Well, I'm pretty sure you have seen that very mess. Obviously, Russia is intensifying their attack owing to the fact that report has it that Ukraine has buffered their security over time and they are taking down on military forces on daily basis. Some account of the report says that about 500 to 600 of Russian, military forces are being unalived daily by the Ukrainian forces. That Ukraine has built a very good backbone for themselves using their drone and drone interceptors and all of that. So possibly Russia is retaliating that very fact. So there is a correspondence from the White House in a press briefing by the President of the United States of America where he talked about briefly the ceasefire agreement between the United States of America and Iran and the consequent look-alike, breaking of the deal that is currently trending in the Middle East. Take a look.
Years they've been negotiating with these people. They're great negotiators, and because they're not going to have a nuclear weapon. And if somebody that takes my place someday is weak and ineffective, which possibly that will happen because we had numerous presidents that were weak, ineffective, and afraid of Iran, we're never going to let Iran have a nuclear weapon. And if you think it's okay for people that are sick of mind, that are tough, smart, and sick, really sick, from a policy standpoint, from a standpoint, any which way you want to say, mentally, these are disturbed people. If you think I'm going to allow them, and powerful and rich, to have a nuclear weapon, you can tell your friends at the New York Times, not going to happen.
Well, I don't know. You remember that Iran started firing missiles first down to Israel, and Israel started retaliating, and Israel started also raining missiles to Lebanon. According to some correspondent from Israel, Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu is saying that Lebanon is not part of the ceasefire agreement. I don't know how true that is, if that was bargained for by the Pakistani president, Mr. Sharif. So, but in the coming hours, the news and the whole thing will be very clear. I'm pretty sure that Donald Trump will equally step in to make sure that there is a complete ceasefire at all levels, whether with the Iranian terrorist proxy organization, Hezbollah, or Houthis. That will make the ceasefire agreement more significant, and I'm pretty sure that it will also help to, carve out a new channel of diplomatic engagement that will bring a permanent ceasefire in the region. Well, at this point, I will allow you guys to be the judge. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section and share this video. Man, another person see him. God bless you.